Hello, and welcome back to the Canon Factory, an elegant podcast for a more civilized age and your source for something Star Wars. I'm your host, Sean, and I'm joined by...
I'm Mike.
Brennan.
This is Richie.
This is Matt.
Hey, and we're coming right back at you, and we're in the mood for some wild speculation, so we're going to wildly speculate. But it's going to be facts because we only make things at the Canon Factory.
I love how that when we started, we're like, yeah, we don't do that. We're above that. We're above the wild speculation.
Can I just say we're above what?
But dang it, look at those YouTube views.
Listen, can we... we like to speculate. I just think that we speculate well.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else is just horrible, right? We're elitist.
Yeah.
That's our other
I don't want to start
Mike-
pointing fingers.
Mike Z.
Snoke is
Don't
the
say
librarian.
I never said.
Listen,
I'm just saying. He
she-
said like
she is a- she's a
Ahsoka,
person.
Ezra,
And her
Anakin were all
name-
going to be in the new movie, in The Last Jedi.
You're talking about Mike Zero.
oh my gosh, there it is, name dropped.
Yeah, I was going to say. We're going to start calling people. People are going to
Oh,
Is that
that's
what
my
you're gonna
favorite YouTuber. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just.
I don't know. He's pretty.
Did they talk about how the Force Griffin is going to be in the new movie?
Oh, shoot.
If they
Yo.
missed that, then
Wow.
You want a
Hey,
30-minute
that's-
monologue about the Force Griffins? Because I can go on.
That actually is our secret slime word of the day because last week...
Our secret slime word of the day. What is this?
Well,
1990s Nickelodeon?
Dang right it is. Because last week was the first episode that Brennan did not mention the Force Griffin. So
That's not true.
You didn't mention it.
I don't think you did. Last week you
he
did
missed
not.
it
You
in
did
one
not.
other episode.
Which one?
It's like episode 3.
Oh, my gosh, I didn't.
You didn't.
Yeah.
I did.
I was so hopped up on Mexican food. I was,
Yeah. Well,
Or thinking about
yet.
Mexican
Yeah, you were
food.
thinking about it. You didn't eat it yet.
man.
Yep, you're out, bro.
Force Griffin, Force Griffin, Force Griffin, Force Griffin, Force Griffin.
It's too late, dude.
Just make up for it.
Hang on back.
Oh, it's okay.
I have
Maybe
to
we can
say
go back and edit
17 Force Griffins, and never mind.
Something we didn't talk about last week was there's a picture of Admiral Holdo that came out.
Yeah, Admiral Holdo. It looks like
Ike,
he's...
our resident picture guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Ike, our resident kind of interested in pictures guy.
I'm not interested in some pictures.
Ike, our kind of sort of interested in pictures that he might look at guy.
Shout out to Ray Fuentes.
Oh, Ray Fuentes.
Ray, it's all for you, man.
It's a picture of her.
Break the
She's
fourth wall.
definitely with the Resistance. So you can't tell if it's on crate. You can't tell if she's on the bridge of a ship, really. But there's a BB-8 unit behind her that is looking dope. Matt,
Yeah,
don't
that
look
one's
'cause
real cool.
spoilers. Matt, can I just say, we are 51 days away. And I'm so proud of you. You haven't watched it yet. Look at you.
Great moves. Keep
Great
it up.
moves. Keep it up.
Proud of
We're
you.
just barely 50. We're
we're-
halfway through the
we're-
100 days, pretty much. And there you are. I'm
We're
proud of
almost
you.
there.
So shout out. Yeah, so I think we need to make some speculation. We got these two new characters. We got DJ. We got Vice Admiral
DJ Khaled?
You
Holdo.
throwing that Vice in there? That Vice Admiral
I
Holdo?
think maybe it is.
That's
I don't
probably
know.
right.
I'm just throwing
How
crap around.
funny would that
That just
be?
reminds me of the Viceroy. Viceroy Gunray.
How funny would that be? If Kylo goes to fight Rey, and Luke turns into a Force Griffin, and DJ Khaled comes out and says, "You played yourself," and then he just disappears. I think it'd be hilarious.
They've got up the
Yeah,
ventilation
you
shaft.
you and yourself alone.
So yeah, let's talk about them. Like, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Vice Admiral. I don't know why I keep saying that. Why do I keep
Let's
saying
talk
that?
about Laura Dern.
Let's talk about Laura Dern.
And let me
That's
just say,
easier.
she was great in Jurassic Park.
She was great in Jurassic Park. 10 out of 10. Would watch that movie
I
again.
would watch it again.
I have watched it twice. So,
Actually, I think I've only seen it once.
So
Sean,
I
a resident
can't-
Jurassic Park guy.
Funnily
Well,
enough,
I don't know if I'd say that much.
she's only in Jurassic Park 3 like for 5 minutes, and she's the best part of that movie. So
Why is
Yeah.
that, Richie?
you take that back.
I don't know. It's just like it's not a
Defend your
very
claim.
good
Defend
movie.
it!
It's not a good movie, and she's a great character, so she saved the movie.
All right, thanks, Richie.
That's my
Appreciate it.
argument.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So yeah. So what do you guys think? What's the point of these new characters? We got this character who's been faithful to the Resistance on some level based on the Leia book.
Right.
We got Laura Dern's character. She's obviously intertwined.
Is that Vice Admiral Holdo you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
You are smart. So, what do you guys think? Any wild speculation of is she related to someone? How is she in here?
My
what
real
is she
thing
doing?
is, how many times are you going to change her hair color in the film?
That's a great question.
I think
Okay, Brennan?
this is her character supposed to show us how
Ignore
many
my
people are
question.
actually in the Resistance that we don't know about.
Okay.
Okay.
To open up the door to add more characters in.
I think that she is going to be a surviving member of the Senate that was destroyed and who's recognizing now that the Resistance needs help and that they were right all along and that they were wrong.
But why does she look so much younger than Leia? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know. Based on the
Because
Leia, maybe she just ages well.
She wasn't on Tatooine. She just
Maybe
wasn't
she's
on
not. Maybe she's a
planets.
humanoid. Maybe she's not even human.
No, she's human.
She read the
Oh, man.
Teen Vogue article about
I think
what
she's
not
a
to do.
Cylon.
What?
Is that the wrong movie?
Yeah, he's trying to drop jokes.
What are you talking about, man?
All right.
Oh, whoa!
There it goes. Dang.
If you don't mind just beeping that one out for later, boys. So
can I request
is that a Star Trek? I
Can I
legit don't
request
know.
a
Is that
chopper on that one?
Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, Battlestar Galactica. I thought it was Star Trek. Beats.
What are you, Dwight Schrute over here?
Battlestar
Guys.
Talking about bears?
Can we just restart this podcast?
Richie's
I can't
dead.
breathe.
We're just talking all over each other.
You stopping on
We
grapes
have
over there, Richie?
literally said nothing of importance for the. How long, Matt? How long we into this thing?
How long have we not said anything of importance?
6 minutes.
8 months. How long have we been doing this podcast?
Matt, get out! You're fired.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna get on YouTube
All right.
and I'm gonna start playing that trailer.
Oh shoot!
No,
Let's run for the hills, boy.
Don't
You
do
better
it.
run.
Oh,
Get him out.
All right,
Get him
but
out.
But for real,
Oh,
I think
man.
that's actually something that I just thought of that made sense. Is what I just said.
Just pull that off the top of my head.
Yeah. Fun fact: 90% of my theories are that. It's just I'm just talking and it's like, hey, that could be a thing, and now it's a thing.
And if you guys are wondering, that's why Sean is a great GM or DM for
Yeah.
whatever you play. But yeah, so you, as a member of the Senate, that's an option, and it seems that way based on the Leia book.
Right. I mean, they went to Teen Senate camp together in the Leia book, and I think that most of the Republic's government has been destroyed at this point in the universe, and Laura Dern's probably one of the only ones, probably the highest-ranking official who's left, and is now saying like, all right. If the closest thing to organize
Prime.
Right, because the closest thing to organized government the Republic has now is the Resistance. So better go hop on over there, go see my old pal Leia from Sleepaway Camp, and see what's going on. So
Yeah, so somehow she wasn't on Hosnian Prime in The Force Awakens.
right.
She makes it off. So what do we think about how that may affect? How do you think that may affect Brennan's theory that it opens up to show how big the Resistance is if a good portion of the Resistance may be gone now?
Yeah, I mean this could be a way to. Well, I mean, a good portion of the Republic is gone. But
Yeah. Yes.
I think this could show like
That's a good point.
whoever wasn't dead from the Republic after the Starkiller base attack would, in my opinion, have no choice but to join the Resistance.
Okay.
And so I think we see Leia all done up, and I fleshed that theory out in a different medium at some point where we're gonna see the Force Awakens Leia was General Leia, and now we're gonna see First Senator Leia in the Last Jedi. In the Bloodlines book, whenever she's on a mission or anything like that, she's always wearing plain clothes and described as being super like simple and ready to be on the go. And whenever she's in the government aspect and being like in the public sphere, she's all done up, fancy dresses, fancy
That's
hair.
interesting.
All that we've seen her in the trailer, except for when she's on the bridge of the Radis,
Right.
is she's always in all done up.
Right.
Because
And that's not a spoiler because that's in the Vogue picture, whatever.
Right, all the
picture
pictures,
is. What is
right.
that picture? Yeah.
yeah.
She's wearing that
Entertainment
like
Weekly.
really cool pea coat jacket thing
Right.
with the really high.
Right, yeah. And there's like 2 or 3 different dresses that we've seen so far. So I think she's very much the Senator Leia in this film.
No, that's really interesting you bring that up because the book for Leia,
Right.
she has this droid that dresses her that is like a little bit of her venting robot as well as a robot she holds a grudge against because the robot is always making her dress up and they always point out especially when she goes to do senatorial things.
Right. Yeah. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see her kind of have to begrudgingly step into the light to be this public leader again, to be the Mon Mothma of the Resistance. You know?
Rip Mon.
Oh, rest in peace.
Can I just say,
Hey, man, say it.
I don't
Please
know.
just say it.
the hair color kind of makes me
I'm all
think
about
that
it.
she's. I am too, but I kind of get an evil vibe, and I don't know why. I think it's because
There's going to be a jealousy, I think. I think her and Leia are going to butt heads.
Well, I just think it's the Canto Bight thing. Like you see her hair, and I just assume she's from Canto Bight. And
Kind of like this eccentric rich.
I see what you're saying. She's a little uppity, and you're not about it.
Yeah, or just like I don't know. There was something like unsettling about those Canto Bight pictures. Like I don't know.
Yeah. No, Canto
All
Bight's
the,
weird because
like, high
all the
society.
well, it's all high society, and they're all beige.
Yeah.
All the aliens are like white skin toned, and it's just
There's like
Yeah.
a
it's just-
weird like race
It's just
thing
it's
going on
it's
there.
real weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a throwback to like the colonial where like everybody used to
Maybe.
like put on all that makeup that made them like
Yeah.
lighter. They didn't want it like they
Could
were
be.
almost a higher class for not being tan.
Yeah, it was weird.
That was like a thing.
It's just weird.
I just get weird vibes
Yeah.
from like those what we've seen from
Well, it's
Canto
like how many
Bight.
characters have we seen in movies that aren't eccentric like that are good?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen a lot. But I also
Sabine
think
Wren
Sabine Wren. That's a good point. That's a good point.
thing, right? It is.
Well,
Maybe
I think and I don't want to get into anything political here, but I think it's
I
also
would argue that you would want to, but that's fine.
Well, I think
Just
I don't even know what that means. That they seem to be possibly playing up the LGBTQ role, and maybe they're not doing it in a super fashionable way that they have to look a certain way to be that type of person. But they seem to be pointing that out in the book from time to time. There's some people that have speculated that, even though they didn't directly come out with it.
Right.
That
So
they've kind of
Holdo
talked
is
about
Leia's
that on
new
the
love
forums.
interest.
No, not that they've said that necessarily, but just the eccentricness of her is something that people have kind of speculated on. So maybe they're just continuing that. I don't know.
What you're saying.
Star Wars has been interestingly bringing up the LGBTQ stuff in.
Richie's dying over here because we look over at Matt's computer and he's on Google Images just searching badass Asian sidekick trope. Purple hair trope.
Of, like,
and it's just like,
you're thinking of what's the movie? He knows what I'm thinking about. Oh shoot, the movie with the guy with it's like comic book style, but it's a movie.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, I didn't want. I'm just trying to jump back on track because I don't want to offend people with
you're good.
not finishing my conversation about LGBTQ.
Yeah. No, sure.
No, you're onto something.
They've done some stuff in the comics and in the books with people in that realm,
right?
But they haven't
Aftermath,
done
there was
the Aftermath. It was
Sajir.
in multiple times in Aftermath. What else? There was something else that it was in. The comics. Dr. Aphra is she's like either lesbian or gay. They haven't really been clear, but she definitely is. She definitely is questioning on some level. So I think this is I think Laura Dern's character may be an opportunity for them to introduce that into a mainstream movie as well.
Could be.
Yeah.
And yeah, not to make stereotypes, but yeah, I mean,
proceeds to make
I
stereotypes.
really just don't know what to make of her. Just from like, I don't know. Sometimes you can see like a character photo and get a read of at least somewhat what the character's going to be.
Well, I feel like with DJ, we can be like,
exactly.
This guy's going to be a little dark.
Yeah, you get the
Little
very much like scoundrel. Exactly.
Yeah.
With Laura Dern, I could see it going either way. So I'm really interested in like what she's about.
I get more of like a Hunger Games politician vibe out of her.
I think that's what. Maybe that's I'm
where
just
they
being soured by
they
that.
weren't the villains, like
They were though.
but they were
Right.
But like they just didn't know what they were doing was wrong. Like some of these people,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. So I think
Effie,
that she
is that her name?
Yeah, Effie.
Effie.
Yeah, Effie's a great because in the books she's super sympathetic towards the end, where she's like she realizes how wrong they were,
Right.
and she's completely broken as an individual, and she's like abused by the lower class towards the end of the books, and it's like what is happening, and I mean that's a lot to put onto purple hair, but
Right.
but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just
but
seems like a very intentional choice.
Yeah, I think she just wants to stand out.
Could be.
I mean, maybe she is from a popular, like goes to Canto Bight often, and it's easy for her to be picked out of a crowd because of her purple hair.
Maybe she just has purple hair. And we're
It's just
insane.
Yeah. We're all like describing this. Maybe she just likes changing her hair color sometimes.
Yeah, maybe
in the book, she does change it quite a few times.
Right.
In the
yes,
Leia
exactly.
book.
That's why I was like, I wonder
Yeah.
how many times she'll change it.
But all the pictures that we've seen so far have just been purple, to my
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see her. I think her relationship with Leia and Poe will be what we see.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Because there is some speculation out there that Poe gets a demotion
Really?
in this film. Yeah.
I think the opposite is going to happen.
He'll get well, apparently, like
I think he's going to become the new head of
the Resistance.
Yes.
I think that will happen at the end / start of Episode 9. I agree with that.
Just because of the Leia situation.
Right. So I don't know if maybe if Leia dies and then there's kind of like a power struggle between Holdo and Poe.
Do you guys think Poe could be Snoke?
It's just like
Sweet baby
sometimes I
Reyes.
just like kind of question if I just kind of stand here and I'm like in all honesty, why does Matt exist? Like, why is he here?
You know, the NPR voice is really why we brought him. We're like, hey,
Right.
Matt, he doesn't really like Star Wars. He just likes to talk
But
about
he'll
that.
sound boring
But
enough
dang,
so that people will want to
that
listen to
NPR
us.
voice, you know, we're going to get those, that
Matt loves Star
demographic, you know.
Wars.
And he'll buy pizza for us afterwards.
Right.
Hashtag lightsabers. Hashtag Force.
Yeah.
I mean, we did say
Hashtag TIE fighters.
let's do some wild speculation. So it's not
Yeah,
completely
that was
off
the
table.
wildest thing anyone has said.
Yeah, but we also said let's try to keep
but
it
then we
based in
dialed
some-
it back
Right.
and started talking about like side characters.
Right. Let's jump over
Look,
to DJ.
Yeah.
DJ.
Well,
Donkey
speaking of him and Poe,
Donkey Kong
is here.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah,
I jumped.
no.
Did I jump to the wrong verse? I
Well,
think I did.
we both realized that I was on verse 2 and you were on verse 1.
One.
And then we both tried to switch back to each other's mid-verse.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
It
made
didn't
it
work.
1.5.
Yeah, it was okay.
And nobody likes non-whole numbers.
No.
Richie,
DJ.
what were you saying?
I was just saying, I have wondered about like if Poe knows DJ, if there's like a connection there.
Yeah, I think there's got to be somebody who's like, I know this guy, and we can go
Right.
talk to him.
Who would be our connection
Could be Holdo.
into the shadiness? Holdo, maybe.
To
Holdo.
Canto Bite. Say, hey, listen, when I'm on Canto Bite and I need something,
I got this, bro.
I got this dude.
this dude.
And he's got this hat, and it says "Don't join" on it, and we call him DJ because of it.
Is that literally what?
The pop figure for DJ, he's wearing
is it
he's wearing a
Arbrecht,
hat,
or-
and in Arabesh it says "Don't join."
Maybe that's just a
Interesting.
joke at us.
Well, his name. We just keep calling him that. His name isn't actually DJ. That's just what they refer to him as
Yeah.
because they won't tell us his name, which is also something that I'm still kind of confused about. Like, why?
Is he
Well,
related to someone?
The
Does
only
he is
reason
it-
I can think that they won't tell
DJ
us the name is because
Skywalker?
it would be a name that we would recognize.
Right.
So
Papa Dameron.
He's Ezra. Confirmed.
Well, a lot of people
he's
have
not
thought
Ezra
that.
because Pablo said
Well,
no.
Pablo said no.
Yeah,
Pablo lies.
He
I would have loved for it to
definitely-
be
take
Ezra.
here.
He definitely is. Here's how I've begun to see Pablo. Now that, not to throw another RPG thing out there, but Pablo is the GM of the Star Wars universe. He is the person who, if you ask a question, will answer your question, but typically not entirely, and in a very specific way to lead you down a path of confusion, typically from time to time. He won't lie, but he's may not tell the whole truth.
He's not
Right.
lying.
He's not lying, but he's definitely not lying.
Yeah.
So he is the GM that we all ask questions to, and so I feel like that puts it in perspective for a lot of people who don't know who Pablo is.
Right.
But I think I've
So
explained that he's the story group guy.
I
but
voted for him.
I would vote for Pablo.
I'd vote for Pedro.
What?
Napoleon Dynamite reference. Hey-oh.
Oh,
High five.
oh yeah, great air five there.
Yeah.
I was thinking Pablo.
This
I was
is where-
thinking the guy from that baseball game, the kids' backyard baseball game.
Pablo Sanchez.
Yeah, Pablo Sanchez.
Yeah, dude's
oh,
a tank.
oh, he's so good.
This is
Man,
where
he can
Matt
hit those HRs, dude.
Chimes in.
It is.
It's 2017.
That game was old.
No, I
So anyway-
made the Pablo reference on. That was the Napoleon Dynamite reference. Sean just picked it up.
Oh, great moves, guys. So back to our DJ conversation.
Yeah. I think either Holdo or I guess could be Leia kind of like knows about DJ and was like, hey, Finn and Rose, go find him.
Got an idea.
On Canto. Shoot me. Don't actually shoot me. Hit me
We're,
with the idea.
we're
though.
gonna Canon Factory right here.
All right, do it. Oh, dude. Oh, coming at you live from the Canon Factory. It's Ike Lacey. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
He's a friend of Han Solo.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Duh. I mean, that's like probably the one that makes the most amount of sense so
here's The
far.
only thing is that Han Solo's dead. So
Right.
who
So
knows him
he
now?
knows Leia,
So
or
he
he
knows
just
Leia.
knows, or maybe he just shows up and says, "Hey, my buddy died."
What if Han Solo's not dead?
I mean, if he's
Well,
as
Wild speculation.
That was Matt's
like-
metaphorical mic drop.
sometimes
and Harrison
I look at
Ford
how
is
much
going to,
time
like,
has
literally
gone
murder
by.
someone.
I look at how much time has gone by in the podcast, and if it's more than like 25%, I'll hold back my wrath from Matt. But that was one of those times where I'm just kind of like, is it worth to throw away everything we just did to go on a scathing tirade and just kind of let loose and let everything out there? Because it was real close, but I value my time more than I value my vengeance, which probably says
you
something
think
Just
about
do
me.
it,
Matt.
Sean. It'll entertain the masses.
That's not what I'm here
Will
for.
it? I don't know.
I don't think it will.
All right, back on track. I'm trying to keep us together here, boys.
Yeah,
I got
well,
this poll here. I'm hanging on to it. I'm hanging on to my microphone.
We've got hashtag It's Cool 2017.
But I
Matt
mean,
over
doesn't
here,
that just
sorry.
make? I feel like a lot of. Oh my god, we're gone
Yeah.
again.
No,
I
we're
lost
good.
it. I
No, I'm
tried.
with you.
Okay,
No,
you're back?
hit me, Cannon Factory,
Okay,
hit me.
so
Do it.
I feel like another theory thing we got to run it through is the keep it simple, stupid, the KISS method. Doesn't that just make the most amount of sense that he would just know Han Solo
Yeah.
and that he would just show up because Han Solo's dead and be like, oh, maybe I was friends with Han Solo. Maybe I really like Han Solo. Maybe I owed a debt to Han Solo. Maybe he is the Lando.
He used to
of the
race
film.
with Han Solo.
Or maybe he's the Lando of the film. This
Yeah, I mean, it
scoundrel.
was clearly the Lando of the film.
Right. No, I don't know if that's true.
All right, maybe the Lando of the film.
But this morally ambiguous,
Ambiguous.
thank you. Really appreciate that.
Ike the sometimes can't pronounce words
Can't
guy.
pronounce words guy, and then Sean comes through in the end guy.
Hey.
So yeah, the ambiguous, morally guy who we don't know what his deal is, and he's friends with Han, and somehow gets intertwined into all this mess.
I mean, he's a slicer. That's like the main thing that Finn
a
and
computer hacker for the layman.
Layman's term. He hacks codes on the bandwidth.
Yep, he codes hard on
That's
the
actually something we haven't seen a whole lot of.
a slicer,
Right, which is really cool because slicer is an EU term, extended universe.
It is, yes.
And it was always like when you're playing Knights of the Old Republic and stuff, like training your slicer skills and becoming.
Yes,
you know,
it's a computer hacker.
It
Right,
makes
it's
sense.
cool.
There's
It's cool to tie it
so
in.
much tech in the Star Wars universe.
Right, and we don't see much of it.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like getting into the nitty gritty of it.
I've always thought, and this is kind of off topic, but I've always thought it'd be really cool to get like a cyberpunk style movie that takes place within the Star Wars universe in like the seedy underworld of Coruscant.
What's the title?
Yeah,
Title it.
that would have been 1313, the game.
Oh, I want that.
It was level 1313 of Coruscant, like each. Like how Coruscant has multiple levels or whatever, you're going all the way down like towards the bottom
What's
of
the title,
1313.
Matt?
Yeah, what do you call this movie, Richie?
Death Sticks.
What about some Death
Oh, I
Sticks?
like that, actually.
I do too.
Death Sticks, a Star
But
Wars
yeah,
story.
I mean that's just
This week on Frontline.
yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, back to DJ.
We've lost Ike. He's glazed over, staring into
I don't
the
know what you
into the
guys are
moon.
talking about.
He was talking about Star Wars
Why
movies,
do I? Is
No,
there-
don't-
Can
don't-
someone
don't
explain
you-
to
don't
me
you
why
have-
we put time into making this podcast?
I just had my
when we got
regrets.
schmucks like you four around. Everybody but me is the worst. Richie, no, you're okay. You say positive stuff.
Yeah.
We got Sean. All he does is make fun of Brennan. All he does is make fun of Matt. We got Matt that just tries to drop jokes that aren't even funny. We got Brennan. And all
straight up left. He's not even sitting here anymore.
I'm not even sure he's
In
in the
case
room
you guys are
anymore.
like, huh, where's Brennan? He's gone.
He left. He had to go somewhere, so he's committed. And we got Richie over here. I feel like the only person that I make eye contact, and we're both like, we need to kill ourselves or stop this podcast.
So at the end of the day, I think that DJ, definitely a slicer, possibly was a racer.
You know, I think you're right. Ultimately, it's a connection to Han Solo with the Dark World. I mean, isn't
Right.
that
I mean-
the underworld? Makes the most amount of
everybody
sense.
loves that smuggler aspect of
Right.
Star Wars. We didn't get that in The Force Awakens. So I think
Not really, no.
we're going to get a good
We got
dose
we got
of-
Maz's, but Maz's kind of had like this.
It was actually pretty
uppity,
like upbeat.
cheery
like
underworld.
like I'm like a stereotypical white dude, so that was like I was like, yeah, I'd go to that club. I wouldn't feel uncomfortable. We're not. we have lives.
Yeah. So I was just
That's twice in like 30 seconds. Oh,
That just turned.
That we've
should have
just, like,
coughed in my face.
oh, we make those jokes, and we're back on track here with our NPR voices.
Ooh, Matt, it's cool. I want to see some vistas.
I want to see vistas.
I
I want
wanna
to see
see
lightsabers.
if I could-
Hashtag Force.
Wait, you gotta start away from the microphone first, and come back in. If I could just
could
see
see
some
some
lightsabers
lightsabers.
and just maybe that they
Hashtag
would kind of
Force.
hit each other.
Hashtag vistas.
Like it's
I was in-
2017.
It's 2017.
If you
Matt.
could just
steer away from the Nickelodeon.
Matt's
double
laughing
jokes.
so
Hey,
hard he
thanks.
can't breathe
Wait,
right now.
Wait, I'm Matt. Oh, they're actually having a conversation. Let me derail it real quick.
And
God forbid they talk
hold on.
about something.
Don't forget the coy smile afterwards.
Yeah.
So as you guys
Oh,
can tell,
look, they're trying really hard not to talk about the trailer because they don't want to upset me. Let me come and derail them and make sure that they want to talk about it anyway.
we're a little starved for content.
That's not true. This is, you know what?
This is great content.
If I was going to watch TV, this is the episode I'd watch.
I have an
That's
idea.
true.
I have
Yeah.
an idea. All right, Richie.
Stop. Everybody stop.
Matt's got a joke.
got
I'm
an
going to
idea.
contribute to the podcast. Richie already did it, so you guys have to do it.
Richie already contributed. We already contributed. Are
No,
you contributing?
Everyone has to come up with the name of a movie and describe what the movie is.
What? Is it
And
Star
go.
Wars or is this
Yeah,
just kind of like...
Richie's movie is Death Sticks. It takes place in the underworld of Coruscant.
Death Sticks. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, Death Sticks, a Star Wars story. I've heard about that.
Yeah, that's Richie's. So here's
Take
mine.
that, Lucasfilm.
Mine is Tales of Distant Alderaan.
Tales of Distant Alderaan. All right, is this
Yeah.
is this a whole movie in Old English?
It's
or
a
just
whole.
Ye old.
We've never
Alderaan.
seen all
I'm trying
of
here. I'm
Tales
trying to
of
contribute,
Alderaan.
guys.
Yeah, you're trying.
So,
Ain't succeeding, but you're trying.
so it's before Alderaan gets blown up, obviously.
That wasn't obvious, but thanks.
Is that the whole movie? It's just
Just kind of
No, and
shots
it's
of panning shots of Alderaan.
just vistas.
the very last
it's just
shot
vistas of
is the
Alderaan.
laser coming from the Death Star to blow it up.
Yeah, it's just at the end. It's just Bail Organa going, huh?
yeah, it is.
That's
It is about Bail.
It's a philosophical
Bail.
tale about
it's about a bale
it's
of
about
hay.
imminent
Guys.
doom.
I would absolutely love a movie about Bail Organa.
That's what this movie is about.
He's probably my new favorite Star Wars character.
It's
Currently
called
my favorite.
Tales
Really?
of Distant Alderaan.
Right.
If you had to
A
choose,
Bail Organa story.
Yeah.
if you had to choose Bail or Ahsoka.
I like it.
Yeah, Bail and Ahsoka are my top two.
That's where Ahsoka should probably die. Alderaan with
Okay.
Bail.
Ooh.
Look what just happened out of this
Wow.
chaos.
You see what I did there?
I give no credit to Matt.
I planned this
That
whole
would
thing.
make a lot of sense.
That would make a lot of sense.
But it also would, I think, not do her justice.
here's the thing:
Because,
here's the thing: if you can't have Darth Vader kill her, what's left that can kill her?
well, that's the question: is she dead or not? Right?
She's not. Here's the thing: in that episode of Rebels, you see her as Vader walks away. You see her walk back into the temple. She's
Right?
alive.
I don't know. I see
don't
Force
get it.
ghosts in Star Wars all the time.
I see
Doesn't
Force
mean they're
ghosts
alive.
when I'm mostly asleep, but not really
You
fully.
should, get some medicine or something.
If I had to write a movie, I don't know what it would be.
I know what mine would be.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'd call it.
All right, I got your title.
That's what I was gonna say. Can you come up with a title for me?
I got you. Hit me
It
with the
would
story.
be a really cool
Okay, really cool. Matt's in.
semi-underworldy movie
Okay, so we're
That
Death Sticks the second.
follows.
That's what
It follows-
Death Sticks, the sticketing.
It follows.
Trapped on Coruscant.
It follows a pilot
Okay,
trying to make it.
is he a Duros?
He's a racer.
Okay.
Maybe he's a Duros.
Yeah.
Because I really like Duros.
I know you
Maybe
do.
he's Plu Clunes.
Okay.
Race. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. But so good pilot.
Okay.
And he's a racer.
All right.
And he started off racing pods, and now
Okay.
he races for money, like in a little bit
So
of smuggling,
like swoop bikes.
some smuggling on the side to keep
Little
the
bit
cash
of a
flow coming,
smuggle.
but also is trying to make it as a legitimate racer.
Okay. So trying to be a legitimate racer, the smuggler on the side.
Yeah,
What
and he
planet
gets
is he
tied
on?
up into some bad stuff with that.
Okay.
You know, maybe I'm just describing the Han Solo movie. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean.
But
yeah.
I don't like.
That's actually pretty much that's the Han Solo plot.
Damn it. I actually didn't mean for that to happen.
That's actually really funny. Yeah, because we're gonna see Han racing and everything. And
Right.
So then the title of your movie
That's
is
funny.
Han Solo.
So to
a
tell
Star
you,
Wars
No,
film.
because that's not the title of the movie.
It's Solo, a
Star Wars film. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, you could just take the name that they should have used, which was a Smuggler's Bounty.
That would have been cool. Yeah, that's a good. That actually would be a cool name.
Yeah, it would be.
But yeah, he gets
But
tied up in
no.
some bad stuff.
That's Boba
Man, that's
Fett's
so
movie.
disappointing. I'm like coming to
going-
realization.
And then you're like, wait a minute.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a pilot, so I love the flying aspect.
Right.
And I think that would be really cool to have. Like,
Very cool.
I want to see a cool chase scene.
Yeah, Matt's
Star
in.
Wars.
It's cool, so Matt's in.
That's cool. They
I
can
mean,
show a lot of
it's
vistas.
Star Wars, so I'm in.
No. It's
Right.
cool, so you're in.
I don't think there would be lightsabers.
He's
That's
out.
okay.
Oh,
That's okay.
He's in.
Okay, cool.
Could it be like a Western theme? That's what I want.
Spaghetti Western.
Yeah, like a spaghetti Western Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Dude, I want a relic hunting, just a whole movie.
Yeah, that would
Indiana
be cool
Jones.
too. Indiana Jones
Relic.
And
style.
the quest for
Yeah, I mean,
you,
Doc-
you
Doctor-
really need to read
you
the
really need
Dr.
to read
Aphra.
Dr.
If you're going to read a comic and you really want that, that's basically what the Dr. Aphra comic is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
You're in.
basically, yeah.
Dr. Aphra movie would be great.
The Dr. Aphra movie would be really cool.
Yeah.
So if those people don't know, basically Dr. Aphra is someone that got tied up right after Return of the Jedi?
No.
Right after A New Hope
Correct.
with Darth Vader basically going around and trying to get relics and stuff. And basically she realizes she's too mixed up with the wrong crew.
And has
And
the greatest droids of all time.
and she has the coolest droids of all time. These two droids were created by the Tarkin Initiative, was something that Tarkin did. And they're basically R2-D2 and C-3PO, exactly the same, but flipped personalities where all they want to do is kill everyone. And they
It's amazing.
they relish killing
They're
everybody.
like, oh, could I please pull the flesh from your bones, sir?
Yeah, that's how they are. Like super proper, but want to kill everyone. And they follow her around, and she's got a Wookiee that follows her around. That's like doesn't like her, but sticks with her because of the money.
Yep.
And she goes around stealing relics. It's awesome.
It's legit.
That sounds really cool.
It's actually a really cool concept, and it's cool because it got birthed out of the main Darth Vader. So she's like completely an original character that just did really good in one series, and so they're like, we'll just make a whole series about her.
Yeah.
And it's only on, and if you want to catch up, like you'd have to read a few of the Darth Vader ones. They're only on like I think 10 or 11 as of now.
Sounds right up
Comics,
my
so
alley.
you could catch up in an hour.
Yeah.
Well, what are we doing? Let's stop talking. You guys go read Dr. Aphra because that's it for us, folks.
There you go.
I hope that you were able to last this long. I'd be surprised if you did. But thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking by us. Like I said, we're 51 days away from The Last Jedi. We're so close, yet so far, halfway. Keep up with the Clone Wars. Keep watching. Keep talking. Keep goofing like we do. And keep having fun. That's the end of the day. And rule number 1, guys, of the Canon Factory is always be yourself. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.